So the cult of Republican Grand Old Party stuck in the past regressives got together this past week at the RNC in Milwaukee. Donald Trump wound up speaking there. It was his first speech after some nutbag tried to assassinate that other nutbag. Um, Both belong in jail. Never supported either or their mission. Moving on. Tribal food. There's a push by UW organization to get tribal food produced in greater amount throughout the Midwest. I'm really excited about that. I was just out on the lake the other day on the Bucky boat, and the driver of the boat was showing us this whole section of the lake that had used to be wild rice. Oh man, I love wild rice. Regular rice is garbage compared to wild rice. Straight up. White rice, yellow rice, brown rice, trash compared to wild rice. Just no flavor garbage compared to wild rice, straight up. And the nutrients, obviously, much more enriched naturally in wild rice. There's more there, nutrient dense, just packed full of flavor and nutrition. And that's what happens when you grow organic and you understand the environment around you. So I'm real excited to see what the natives can do here and try to create a movement, an additional movement towards sustainable agriculture, organic farming, fair trade, all these sort of things. So yeah, that's exciting. Booze at Camp Randall. If those idiots like myself, how I used to be, showing up drunk at halftime, after halftime in the third quarter. If that wasn't already drunk enough, now they're going to be selling booze at Camp Randall. So people are going to be hammered. I can't imagine. I remember seeing the news stories after Badger games. This many people were arrested. There's all kinds of fights and disorderly conduct and shit. And that was before they offered alcohol in the stadium. Brave, money hungry, I'm sure, but it's like sort of brave to actually go ahead and get booze going in Camp Randall in Madison, Wisconsin, like the drunkest college town, drunkest state in the country. Now they're gonna be serving booze in the stadium. All right. Hey, how about Sam Hauser, though? Speaking of sports, another NBA champ from the state of Wisconsin. Sam Hauser, congrats, bro. That's really huge. And he signed a big deal. Was it like 2 or 4 years? I think it was 4 years. Huge cash. So add him to that list of up and coming Wisconsinites in this heyday. That just added to the heyday of Wisconsin NBA players. Him winning that championship. Another check there. And he's fire, dude. Sam Hauser is very skilled. He worked his ass off to get there. Didn't go to like a D1 school and was like hyped up and everything as a big recruit. So he had to, work his way up to the NBA like these Wisconsin players are. They're scrappy in how they get there and how they rise to fame. So real proud of him too. And speaking of the NBA, I like the Shaq and Charles and Kenny and what's his name? The dude who's from Wisconsin too. He's from Milwaukee or spent some time there. Anyway, those guys were gonna be canceled after this next year, something like that. But their company TNT matched the offer for Amazon for the Inside the NBA rights, and so now we may get. Essentially, let's be real. We like Shaq and Chuck the most out of that show. We may get them for another 10 plus years. It's exciting, man. It's like my favorite announcing team. I really like John Madden and Al Michaels. That was one of my favorite duos. And really big fan of the Inside the NBA team as well. I don't really follow announcers that much. I find most of them annoying. They scream a lot or make a lot of obnoxious noises. But Shaq and Chuck are just, they're funny. They razz each other, and they have the accolades, great advice. They're big guys with deep voices, and like they're bald. You don't expect as a commoner to think that they're geniuses, but they are. They're extremely educated, and they know a lot about basketball and life and everything. So it's just hope to see them come back. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little check-in real quick. Not getting a lot of hype for the Vyshyvanka in the previous episode. A lot of racist towards Eastern Europe maybe, or Slavs or something, but I guess we knew that already. Anyway, peace, stay up,